On May 7th, 2025, van life creator Kayla set out from Chicago on a long solo drive to Houston. Just her, the open road, and her loyal dog riding shotgun. 7 hours in, after errands, minor van checks, and a stretch of cold, dreary weather, the exhaustion finally caught up with her. By the time darkness settled in, she just needed somewhere, anywhere, to rest. But the nearest motel was already packed. With no other real options, she made a quiet, cautious choice. Park in the motel lot, keep a low profile, and get a few hours of sleep before sunrise.
I'm not sure where I'm at right now. I think I'm in Missouri. I'm not really sure, but it's getting pretty late. Need to find something ASAP.
Inside the van, she moved through her nightly routine with deliberate care. Changed clothes, put away groceries, let her dog out for a moment. Every movement slow, quiet, and calculated. She knew this wasn't exactly allowed. Parking on private property without permission can bring the kind of attention a solo traveler never wants. Finally, she crawled into bed. For a while, it was calm, just distant traffic and the soft rattle of wind pushing against the van. Then came the knock, at first gentle, then louder. Her dog barked in alarm. She froze, listening, hoping she misheard. She didn't.
I had to put up the groceries because I bought Taco Bell. I know I didn't record it, but it was late and it was like right in my face. But I'm gonna put these up and make them tomorrow. Then move the dog out to use the bathroom before I go to bed. Little Rocky. And continue to drive. You guys. Oh, there's a knock on my door. Oh shoot. It's the middle of the night. Oh, hold on. The dog sees them too. Hold on. Shh. Hold on. Oh, move, Rocky. Move. Can't even get up here because of the dog. Oh, baby.
You got a room here?
Excuse me?
You got a room here?
I was actually about to get a room. I wasn't here that long. I had to use the bathroom.
All right. You don't have a room here, you got to leave.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I'm getting kicked out. And it's the middle of the night. Oh my god.
When she peeked out the window, a man stood inches from her van. He said he worked at the motel and told her she needed to leave immediately. No warmth in his voice, no explanation. Just an icy, insistent command in the middle of the night. Kayla didn't argue. She grabbed her things, started the van, and drove off into the darkness, now forced to find another place to sleep while running on fumes.
Okay, so I found a truck stop and I'm gonna be sleeping here for the night. I don't think anybody's gonna come knock on my door. I hope not. But it looks kind of dangerous. I am at a truck stop in the like wide open. I don't know.
The encounter never escalated, but the feeling stayed with her. Alone, far from home, and suddenly very aware of how vulnerable one simple knock can make you feel. Sometimes it's not the confrontation itself, but the unanswered questions that linger long after you've driven away. What's up, Silent Nightmare family? I have something huge to share with you today. If we hit 100,000 subscribers, 10 lucky subscribers will each receive a $50 gift card. You can choose any gift cards. That's $500 in total prizes as a thank you to this amazing community. It's super easy to enter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video, comment below with your favorite Silent Nightmare video or your scariest camping story. That's it. Let's hit 100K together and celebrate the only way we know how, with a massive giveaway. After several rough days living out of her van, Christine from Nomad Unknown decided that a quiet overnight trip in the Deep South might help clear her mind. But what she expected to be a simple reset quickly turned into a series of encounters that forced her to rethink everything.
So I'm sitting outside my car, outside my home, at a trailhead, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I have it in me to go on a backpacking trip. I planned to do this backpacking trip and I wanted to do a ton of miles and really push myself, but I think I am gonna go because it feels really nice to be outside, but I think I'm just gonna do a handful of miles or something, set up my tent someplace, and just kind of take it easy on myself, because sometimes just doing a little bit is all you can ask of yourself.
The sun was already slipping west by the time she started her hike along the wild Alia Trail. With miles ahead and daylight fading fast, she pushed deeper into an increasingly dense forest, completely alone. About a mile in, she crossed paths with 3 young men. The exchange seemed harmless. They even pointed her toward a supposedly good camping spot. But once they disappeared down the trail, the silence returned, and Christine realized just how isolated she truly was.
But the men I ran into earlier, I was picking their brains about camp spots because I have this trail downloaded on All Trails, but I haven't seen much information or indication of camps. Obviously, it's backpacking trails, so they're going to be out here, but they indicated that there's probably going to be some near the water crossings. Didn't really give me any specifics. I'm sure I'll find them, and yeah, by the water crossing is where I'm kind of expecting to see them.
Roughly 3 miles from the trailhead, she found a clearing that looked perfect for camp. But that's when she had her first unsettling encounter.
You ever just come across somebody and the energy is just off? That is what's been happening to me a little bit today. I'm about 3 miles in and I found this spot that I would really love to camp. But just as I was getting here, I saw somebody that I've seen twice already today. The first time I saw him, he only had a water bottle in his hand, no backpack or anything. And I saw him at the trailhead where I parked my car as I was still pulling things out of my car. And at that point, as soon as he saw me, he sort of turned around and headed back onto the trail. I've seen him 4 times, I just realized. And then I saw him as I was hiking. I had started with my pack up the trail, and he came from behind me, still with just the water bottle. And I didn't hear him at first, but it kind of startled me a little bit. So I moved over to let him go past, and that time was the first time I said, "Oh, hello." And he just said, "Hi." The next time I saw him, he was at a crossroads, and it looked like he was loading things into his car to leave. But I guess he was pulling a backpack out, because even though I didn't say anything to him at that point, I literally just got across this bridge that's behind me, and it was filming some of the wild azaleas. And there he came from behind me again, this time with the backpack on, like an overnight backpack. There's nothing concrete that's wrong with any of that, but it's the feeling of it. But something about the energy of this particular individual has me on edge a bit. So I was just at the point where I had seen this place and decided I wanted to camp here. And he passed me on the trail, and I was stopped, and I just stood there by the flowers, like filming them. And then I think he was out of sight by the time I came over here, but I haven't set anything up yet. I just set my pack down, and I've just been hanging out, just trying to get a feel for the place and make sure that he's not around anymore.
Another man approached, alone, out of nowhere, miles from civilization. Out here, with no cell service and no backup, even a simple conversation can instantly become tense for a solo traveler. Christine's intuition told her something was off. Still, she wasn't ready to give up on her plans. Then she made a discovery that stopped her cold.
This area that I was looking across at, you see, there's the bridge, you can see that. And then the backpack's right there. I was thinking I was going to camp over there, But I looked over and I saw this area here, the clearing, and I thought, you know what, that's a bit more hidden from trail. I might feel more comfortable and secure over there, so I came over. Why is there a trail cam pointing to that campsite? I don't really know how those things work. Maybe it's not visible on the camera, but like, what else is it pointing at? Okay. What the heck? Like, here's the trail cam. What is it pointing at? Putting my camera right behind. My backpack is right there. That's where I was gonna camp. Like, that's an established campsite. Looks like this one is too, but what the heck is going on here? I'm standing at my pack and I am looking, and I cannot for the life of me see it over there. I mean, camo, right? Very effective. Like, oh, there it is. I see it now. Okay, let's see if I can show you guys. Ooh, it's hard. Okay, maybe right here. I'm going to try to zoom even more. It's going to get really bad. Quality, but there it is. You can see it right.
She wouldn't say what it was on camera, but whatever she found was disturbing enough that she immediately sought out the next group of hikers she could find. When she showed them and a few locals what she'd come across, their reactions said everything. Shock, concern, warnings. Her instincts had been right. Something wasn't okay out there. By the time shadows stretched across the forest floor, Christine made the decision that likely kept her safe.
And I did, since I had the opportunity to speak to some locals, ask them about the trail cam. And if I was just being dramatic and crazy. And they said that is not normal. I was like, okay. I didn't think so. I'm not from around here. They said I should report it to the Forest Service. So that thought had already occurred to me.
She abandoned her solo camping trip entirely and met up with another van-dwelling friend for the night. Sometimes survival isn't about bravery. It's about listening when something inside you whispers, "Leave now." On October 30th, 2024, the night before Halloween, a solo adventurer from the YouTube channel Explorers headed deep into the remote woods of Dungeness for his first ever solo camping trip. The goal was simple: test his nerves in a forest known for eerie legends. But the moment he settled in, the woods had other plans.
So I've decided to go out and do a solo camp. I've never done a solo camp in my life. So it's going to be something different for me, a new experience, and probably a little bit creepy. I'm just going to pick up my tent. I do have a story I would like to tell you. It happened to me when I was young, and it's a true story, and it's creeped. Right guys, that's the tent all pitched up, ready to go. How exciting. It's only an old tent I had laying around, but it does me okay. So nice and quick and easy. Now 11:15, it's getting a bit late now, so I'm thinking of getting in that tent. It's a really eerie feeling out here, it really is. All on your own, it's dead quiet now, there's no cars going past. Like I say, it's almost 11:15, so it's getting late, there's no one about, so...
By 11 p.m., he was zipped inside his tent, listening to occasional noises outside. At first, he brushed them off as animals, but then came the sound that froze him, stones crunching under a slow, deliberate step. Not random, not wildlife. Gripped by equal parts fear and curiosity, he stepped out to investigate. His flashlight swept across nothing but empty trees and darkness. No movement, no sound. just an uncomfortable silence pressing in from all sides. Back in his tent, as he tried to drift off, something brushed against the fabric from the outside, light at first, then followed by a violent slam that nearly buckled the tent wall inward. He sat there, heart hammering, barely breathing. Should he look? Should he stay still? Eventually, he forced himself to unzip the door.
It's getting a bit creepy outside. I thought I heard a few noises here and there, but I'll just put it down to animals, I think, because you know, it's a bit nasty out there. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna, because there's not a lot else I can do, I think I'm gonna get my head down, because it's now 11:30. So what was that? Did you hear that, guys?
His light cut through the black, revealing only trees, but the feeling of being watched was suffocating. Then another loud, unexplained crack echoed through the woods, closer this time. That's when the realization hit him. This wasn't an animal. Someone was out there.
I've got to go out and inspect that, guys. Got to go out and inspect it. I've got to go and check that out, guys. Got to go and check that out. Because that wasn't very nice. That sounded a bit close to a tent. Fucking tent. Can't see anything. What was that, guys? Shit. Someone out there. Shit. Fuck. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm gonna have to go out there. Fucking hell. What's going on? Oh shit. I'm gonna have to grow some balls and go out there. I really don't want to. That was... That's shaking me up, guys. That's really shaking me up. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm gonna have to go out and check it out. I really don't want to. I'm shitting myself.
His fear turned into survival instinct. He abandoned the tent, grabbed whatever gear he could, and sprinted through the darkness, headlamp scanning frantically for movement, for eyes, for anything. He made it out unharmed, but he left the woods with a question he still can't answer. Who was out there that night? A prankster? A dangerous stranger? Or something the legends never fully warned about? On April 9th, 2023, Carl, the calm, steady presence behind Welcome to the Woods UK, returned to a section of his private woodland. Months earlier, he'd hinted that something unexplained had happened there. Viewers kept urging him to go back, so he finally did. The spring air was crisp, the forest quiet, and he came prepared with his usual gear plus a new solar-powered lantern. The day unfolded peacefully. Carl cooked, walked the property, and chatted about his equipment while the last light of the sun washed the trees in soft gold. But during dinner, something curious happened. A small twig arced through the air above him. It wasn't the kind of fall you'd expect from a branch. It looked thrown. Carl brushed it off, but the moment lingered.
You can imagine, with it being inflatable and fully waterproof, I think it's like IP67 or something like that, it can put up with snow, it can put up with rain, it can put up with pretty much everything you throw at it. And that chucks out quite a lot of light, really, to be fair, and that lasts for hours. Not sure exactly how many hours, I've not tested it yet, but that's my blanket just falling, don't worry. Yeah, a couple of different light settings. obviously flashing. Good for reading and everything else. And obviously it can keep you charged and good to go.
When night settled in, the forest changed. Around 1 a.m., sharp cracks echoed through the darkness. Branches snapping, twigs breaking, not random. They came in clusters, movement, then silence, like something was pacing, observing. Carl called out, hoping that if it was a trespasser, they'd answer. But the woods stayed unnervingly quiet. No voices, no footsteps. Just an oppressive stillness that made the trees feel taller, heavier.
Branches or something getting thrown. It's just inky black. Fuck. I don't know what's going on here. Something's not. That was loud. Oi! One second, I want to get out. Honestly, every time I come to this poxy woodland, thinking about it though, I have just had a good 10 minutes walking about. I shouted out. I didn't hear nothing, deadly still.
He stepped away from camp to investigate, but found nothing. No animal eyeshine, no tracks, no shape shifting in the undergrowth. Just darkness swallowing everything beyond the lantern's glow. By morning, the forest felt normal again. His trail camera, checked on its tiny screen, showed nothing obvious, but he planned to review it properly once he got home.
Last night, had that funny happening during the night, but I'm just having a look at the trail cam footage, see if there's anything on here. Problem is, it's got such a small screen and very bad audio unless you put it on the laptop that I think I'm gonna have to go home and look at it on the laptop. And if there's anything on there, I'll put it up at the end. But
Whatever had moved out there left no clear sign. So, what was it? A person spooked off before being seen? An animal behaving with strange intent? Or something else entirely? One viewer summed it up best. Something is truly lurking in those woods at night,